We do not judge Christianity by Christians. We judge it by its principles. Were we to judge Christianity by Christians, all of us would agree it should have been wiped out the face of the earth a long time ago. We do not judge Islam by Muslims, not even Khomeini, notwithstanding. We judge it by its principles. Just in passing, do not let capitalism, this stupid and backward system, confuse you. You do not judge socialism by socialists. Thus all their nonsense about the East only threatens those who know nothing about socialism. I'm a socialist, Jack, and it hasn't shaken me a bit. The principles of socialism are intact. Thus there must be no confusion here. The principles of Zionism are unjust. The question is whether or not Zionism is white supremacy. I need not answer the question. The United Nations gave the answer years ago. They said Zionism is racism. And certainly given the power of lobby that the state of Israel has worldwide, you know that if this vote came down in the United Nations, it was after a serious struggle, and there must have been a determined voice to ensure it. Zionism is racism, according to the United Nations. So this one, I won't even hide behind the United Nations. I know it's racism. Anytime you will take a people's land and come to take, well, anyway, Zionism itself does the same thing that imperialism did with Christianity. Zionism seeks to dominate Judaism. And just like some Christians were catching slaves in the name of God, so Jews are shooting Palestinians in the name of God. But of course, in no way does this shake our faith in Judaism, not at all. Zionism, of course, has certain conditions which allow for it to arise. We said they came to control Judaism after World War II. We explained that Zionists have a feeling, that Jews, not Zionists, Jews have a feeling that, number one, they come to accept the suffering of the world to redeem humanity. And the Jews have been thinking, according to their history and according to their religion, that if they kept on going and suffering, that at one time, somewhere, a Redeemer will appear, and this Redeemer will help them and lead them towards a higher level of human society for the entire world. But if you looked at the suffering of the Jews in Europe, you will see they suffered everywhere. Everybody gave it to them. The Russians gave it to them. The Spanish gave it to everybody. The British, everybody. They were tormented. There's no question here. Tortured in Europe. This is clear. And these Jews, the honest Jews, the serious Jews, the religious Jews, they were looking for a Redeemer. And when they thought their Redeemer was to come, and even if you look at the history of Judaism in Europe, you will see they had many false prophets, opportunists, who came to jive the people, just like Christian jackleg preachers come to jive us. No difference. We're the same people. All people. Yes, they came to jive them and to make believe they were prophets. They were not. They were false prophets. And if you study the history of Judaism, the Jews paid seriously for following these false prophets. But they kept believing and believing that really their Redeemer was coming. And they thought around 1939, 1940, their Redeemer would come, and Hitler came. And when Hitler came, the rabbis were completely lost for direction. They could hardly explain to the people. It was now that Zionism stepped in. Yes, we are Jews, but we must do like everybody else. We must take what belongs to us. And since Israel belongs to us, we must take it. And until we take Israel, this suffering will continue. I must tell you that the Zionists worked hand in hand with the Nazis. I understand it precisely. Work hand in hand with the Nazis was to scare the Jews and to give them the political power to dominate Jewish organizations. Needless to say that after 1948 with the State of Israel, it was a fiat accompli. At this time, Zionist organizations controlled all Jewish organizations. We want to make it clear here, not all Jews in these organizations were even aware of the fact that Zionism controlled their organizations and thus directed their energies towards Zionist goals. Here, of course, it could be easily made with confusion because these Jews were wanting to go to Israel, and Zionists got Israel, and Israel is our home and our spiritual base, etc., etc. You can see how easy it is to confuse. But we cannot be confused. Any religion that oppresses our people must be fought with without pity and without mercy. And no one can tell me that Judaism is a religion which comes to oppress Palestinians. It's Zionism that does this, not Judaism. Of course, Zionism tries to hook Judaism together, making them one and the same. This is to help them. By doing this, because no one wants to attack a religion, who wants to attack a religion? It's just like when they say anti-Semitic, which has no meaning at all. They want to get you afraid. Who wants to attack a people? But they're not even Semites. Golda Meir is a Cossacoid. This is a biological fact. It's a biological. All the leaders, Abba Eban was born in South Africa. There's nothing Semitic about him. He is Cossacoid 100%. Thus, there's no question here when they talk about anti-Semitic. They may say that I'm anti-Judaic. That's the best they can say. But I'm a conscious African. I gave the religions of the world. I cannot be against the contributions of my ancestors. So in no way can I be anti-Judaic. But I am anti-Zionist and will remain so until it is destroyed because it is an unjust, illegal, immoral, and racist system. What is the solution? The solution is correct, as handed down by the Palestine Liberation Organization. The state of Palestine must be secular, mandate state. It's as simple as that. The Jews must come to understand that this is their fight. And unless they take on this fight, they will allow Zionism to make their religion a gutter religion, as Farrakhan says it will become. Thus, Jews have a responsibility here, and we want to let it be known that there are many Jews who are anti-Zionist, many, even here in America. And they write some very good books, excellent books. So Jews cannot confuse us and say all Jews are Zionists. No, even the Orthodox Jews in Brooklyn, they say a Zionist can never be a Jew and a Jew can never be a Zionist, and they're correct. It's like God and the devil. We say the Palestinians have the correct solution to the problem. The state of Palestine must be a secular state. Those of us who truly are against Zionism have a double fight here. Not just a fight against Zionism by all means necessary, but also a fight against those who are intolerant of Judaism. A true way to undermine the force that Zionists have in the Jewish communities throughout the world is to ensure the tolerance of the religion of Judaism and use force where necessary to ensure this tolerance. Thus here, an educational program is necessary, but we point out here, this educational program necessary for the tolerance of Judaism is attacked clearly towards Europe, because it is Europe that is intolerant. Anyone would look throughout the world and see Jews have lived in harmony throughout the world. It is only with the intrusion of Zionism into the Middle East, into North Africa, that one finds problems between Judaism and non-Jews in these areas. It is Zionism that caused all this. There's no question that Zionism will be destroyed, not one. Even today we can see it's growing. I remember in 1967, when as chairman of SNCC, the last act I did before resigning as chairman was to write a press conference against the Israeli war of 1967. I didn't read the statement because that would have caused too much problems as I was writing. It was read by a brother at that time who was called Rab Brown, Jamil El Amin today, and he sure read the statement. The statement was clear. When we read the statement, we were isolated by everybody. SNCC was called everything, and I saw the power of Zionism. I came to see it. I came to know it. The Student Nonviolent Coordinator took a strong position against the war in Vietnam. Not only did we take a position against the war in Vietnam, but we took a position against Zionism, against imperialism itself, and the army in America by issuing the slogan, "Hell no, we won't go." We intended to break the draft, and we broke it. Thus not giving American imperialism the chance to suck up youth who knew nothing and send them off to die for the interest of imperialism. But while we did this, Zionists everywhere supported SNCC. While people isolated us, we spoke against the Vietnam War. We spoke against the draft. They supported us. But once we spoke against Israel, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee was destroyed in 3 months. These are facts. These are facts. Oh, I remember those who were weak and sick at that time. The weak-kneed came and said, "We've got to stop." Stop? Are you crazy? Stop. This is Africa here, and we have integrity. What do you mean, stop? But we continued, and we suffered for it, and suffered seriously. Just because we took a position, and our position was clear. Egypt is Africa.